Alright, what's up all of my viewers and peeps out there? I'm here with some exciting news, and hopefully more exciting than my Hebrew dub of CUDIL, which apparently no one cared about. It got 9 views, and no volunteers for a cast. But here's where I am going to tell you that I just finished making my own programming language called CUDIL. I will make a series of tutorials on how to use this language, and I have the website right here in front of me for all of you to see. I will have a link to it in the description, and you can download everything you need for it. The interpreter, the source code, the documentation, what have you, for it for absolutely free. No ads, no surveys, no nothing. Just a simple direct download. Doesn't even leak you to Mediafire or anything. It's just a straight direct download right from the link. So here we are at the home page. CUDIL programming language. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Close enough, right? Also, you see Betchy and Fosh, which is, yes, how you pronounce them. I don't know why this kept... Nah, forget it. Anyway, CUDIL is the basic programming language, and by the way, this really won't be too good for functionality, but it's a nice esoteric programming language. Kind of, I mean, if you know Brain Beep or... say, yeah, that's what it's called, or LOL code or something like that, you know, esoteric languages, which exist more for trying to figure out how to use them and learning the commands and actual functionality. I mean, that's really what CUDIL, Betchy, and Fosh are. CUDIL is the basic language with the basic commands and everything. It's open source. You can get the source code, you can edit the language, you can add in your own commands. Betchy is a little bit more advanced. It has some other commands that to make it easier to do things and reserve some codes. It's a little bigger file size-wise and might be a little bit more complicated to learn. But there's nothing you can't do in CUDIL that you can do in Betchy. There's just some commands that save a few lines of code. Fosh, on the other hand, actually adds completely new things that you can do. Basically, Fosh allows you to deal with strings. Well, kind of. It's a little bit complicated, but in CUDIL and Betchy you can't really do much with strings. It's very complicated to do anything with strings, and you can't do anything with strings that goes more than, or is more than 64 or so characters. Fosh, though, you can actually use strings. I mean, it's actually very easy. I don't know about easy, but possible at least to use them. And you can compare strings, and actually, well, I'm not going to get too much into the languages. Just, here's the website. Download lets you download the files for CUDIL and Betchy, not Fosh though, that has its own page. This gives you the source code and the interpreter for each of them, as well as an example program for CUDIL, not for Betchy though. That's where you download it. I'm not going to click it because I don't need to download it. Documentation, this is the documentation for CUDIL and Betchy. You can download the documentation. And Fosh has its own page. This is the documentation and download for Fosh. And Fosh is not open source like CUDIL and Betchy are. As in, you can't download the source code for Fosh on this website, only the interpreter itself. So far I don't have any example code for Fosh on the website. Yeah, I'll put that later if I can. But no, you cannot download the source code for Fosh. I'm the only one with access to that code. Well, maybe the hosts of the website do also, but download the documentation, which is just this here, and the interpreter itself, which is just an exe file. Now, as for the interpreters, they're all exe files, so you can only run them on Windows. But for CUDIL and Betchy, you can simply download the source code and compile it yourself on whatever system you have, if you have something other than a Windows. So that way, you can use it just fine. At least it should work just fine. Hopefully. I hope it does, at least. Fosh, on the other hand, since it's not open source, I'm going to have to compile it into the other, I don't know, I guess an SH for Linux, and I don't even know what I need for a Mac. .app, I guess, or app. But I'll compile those when I can. When I get a computer with a little bit more processing power, I'll get VMware and use that, I guess. Because I can't do that on this computer. But CUDIL and Betchy you can use on any system. Fosh is Windows only right now. Sorry guys. But it's an esoteric programming language, but the cool thing about it is, with CUDIL and Betchy, where you have access to the program itself, or the source code itself rather, you can actually straight up just add your own commands, change existing commands, change the language altogether. It's just a basis to go off of. So thanks for watching. I'll have a link in the description. Please give this some looks at. Try to learn it. I'll have a series of tutorials soon enough, I guess. And there will be more to this website, but this is all it is for now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.